I tell you the truth, you can't have nothing. Now, who done called the wildlife ranger, the wildlife experts on my friend Paul? Now, y'all know I told y'all about around the square bowl, Paul that got the raccoons in the yard. I think one time at the most we might have counted like 40 some raccoons. They got a big pool, right? And he feed them pedigree. And he put, you know, well, the raccoons be putting the food in the water, the kibbles and bits, the pedigree in the water, because they like their kibbles and bits soft. And some of them eat them dry and hard and crunchy, but most of them like them soft. And he put some on the slide, and they be on the slide eating and stuff. So I hadn't been on there in a couple of days, right? I had just been scamming through. But that's where I normally go to get my therapy, parts of it, to watch the trash pandas eat and dip their little pedigree in the pool and the babies and stuff. Well, God on here tonight gonna have me some therapy and enjoy myself. The whole setting and changed, y'all. The pool gone. Ain't no pedigree out there. Ain't no kibbles and bits out there. It's hardly no raccoons out there. I thought I was on a different page. It was just some little water bowls out there. Some little small square bowls. And there's about two or three raccoons, trash pandas. They was in the little bowls, square bowls or whatever. And they was wrestling. They was playing WWF and they was playing Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hacksaw Duggins. And they making all these sounds I ain't never heard before because they normally don't talk. Cause they be eating. They don't usually be out there playing and wrestling with each other because they be too busy eating. So I was like, what's going on? I'm in the DMs now. I'm in the comment section. And I'm like, what's going on? Where the pool at? Where the kibbles and bits at? Where the rest of the raccoons at? I thought I was on the wrong page. Because it is some people that got raccoons and they got they excuse me. They got their settings set up different. So I was confused. Cause I know sometimes they say you take the pool down for the winter, but you had up this long. Why you take the pool down? So he said, what somebody else told me that somebody then called wildlife on him, and they came out there and issued him a warning and told him he is not allowed to attract the raccoons. So he got water out there, and they still, like I said, 3 or 4 came up close where the pool was at and by the door, but the rest of them out in the yard digging holes now because they ain't got nothing to eat. And so they throwing each other in the water or whatever. We still over there supporting him, though. But it's like people ain't got nothing else better to do. Who called wildlife on Paul? I don't know who called. We over here trying to figure it out now. Who called? Hell, did you call? Who called on Paul? We don't know who called wildlife. But I don't know. You know, they don't want you to feed the raccoons and stuff. And then it was another person on there was saying probably because, they carry rabies or whatever. And Paul was like, raccoons can carry rabies, but that don't mean they have rabies. Just like people can carry AIDS, but that don't mean that they have AIDS. And so Paul said he had been up crying a couple of nights or whatever. They coming up there, a few of them, and they putting their hands in the little water thing, looking for food and biting on the damn welcome mat and stuff like that. And then Paul said he got a petition going, and the petition is about being able to domesticate raccoons and squirrels. So he said if anybody want to go over there and help him and sign the petition to be able to domesticate raccoons and squirrels, there's a petition to sign. People should be able to make their own choices. That's what he said, and that's what I thought too, because they didn't mess with my therapy. And then, just like they did that shit to Peanut, didn't y'all see that stuff with Peanut? Um, where that man had that squirrel, and what else did he have? He had a squirrel and something else. And Peanut knew how to do tricks and get on top of his head and do all kinds of stuff. Somebody called and they done barged and busted up in his damn house, told him to get on the ground like they was the damn K9 units, like they had found 87 batches of kilos of cocaine, crack, brick, white, and hard up in there. Made him get on the ground, go package up Peanut and the other wild animal, race them out downtown to some type of thing and test them and see if they had rabies or something, and cut their head off and did all kind of shit. And somebody was online asking, did he think the next door neighbors called? Because he down there in Florida. I think he told me it's like an outside from Fort Myers, because I got family in Fort Myers. I think he told me about an hour away from Fort Myers. So somebody asked him, did he think that the next door neighbor called wildlife on him? He said he don't believe it was a neighbor, it was somebody online. I believe it was somebody online too. People need to mind their own business, ain't got nothing else to do. I had been off of there for a couple of days, but it looks so naked going on there, because this another man got these raccoons, but he don't have no pool. But what he got is like a whole bunch of red buckets out in his yard. He got the pedigree or the kibbles and bits or whatever he feeding them. Rachel Aurora, I don't know what he feeding them. Bill Jack, I don't know what he feeding them. But he got all these red buckets out in the yard, and he just load up the buckets, and all the raccoons come, and they eat out their own buckets. I guess, kind of for a control thing or whatever. But Paul had the poo, and I'm used to the crunching, because it's therapy, and it's aroma, not aromatherapy, but that one type of therapy, when you listen and stuff like that. Therapeutic. It's therapeutic. It's therapeutic therapy. You hear the raccoons crunching and hear them eating water, and you can't have nothing for these people on TikTok. We trying to figure out who called. I don't know who called. Did somebody underneath Cougar's closet call? I hate if I send some snitches over there to that man's page. Now they over there looking, wrestling and squirming and biting each other and trying to make love and scratching. They got fleas now, stuff I had never seen before, because they was ignoring that stuff because it was food on the table. It was something to lose. But now ain't no food on the table. We got to watch them out here playing WWF and jumping off the belt and all this shit. Let me get back on here and go over here. This just blows my mind. I don't know who called Wildlife Express on this damn man. Need to go find something to do. All this stuff going on in the world. And folks can't feed raccoons. Oh my gosh, I'm over it.